and welcome to Jiggsy Shed. Now this project came about from a comment my wife made. Well, she did make it in jest, but I decided I'm going to make it a reality. So firstly, I needed a frame, and for this I was using Sapele, so here just processing it up with a planer and then getting it cut to the right size. And then once I was happy with the size of the frame, I took each piece over to the router table and started recessing them, and this will create the recess for the perspex to sit behind, and also for the item that I will be putting inside the frame. Now, despite my best efforts, the miter saw didn't cut a perfect angle on each piece, so each corner was slightly off. Now, I do still need to work a lot on my framing, but I decided to use a board and then, using the tape and glue method, glue each piece on there. I could set it with the square and then take it back to the miter saw, and hopefully each corner will then match up much better. Now I got these set of clamps at Harrogate, and they're supposed to help with the 45-degree position, and although I get it right, as soon as I start applying too much pressure, it just squeezes it apart, and I did have to fiddle around with it to get it to sit properly in there. Now with the two pieces there, it wouldn't work in the clamp, because even though if I did one side, the other side wouldn't be glued because I only had one clamp. So I decided to use a bit of super glue just to provide an initial grasp, but then using some tape to provide the pressure while the wood glue cured. And then just processing up a bit more Sapele, but you will see in a bit why that was. Now, there was a fair bit of sanding in this project, but we'll speed it along, won't keep it too long with this. Now, the buttons that I made was to create a greater depth within the frame, but also just bring it in so it's not right up against the edge. There's a big thick piece of wood, but gives a bit more character to the frame itself. So just gluing each piece up, waiting for it to cure, coming back and doing the next. Ideally it would have helped if I had loads more of the smaller clamps for this, but it worked. And again, just using a bit of the O3 adhesives again to just create an initial grasp for it to set, and then allowing the wood glue to cure. And then we're back to sanding. So when I ordered the Perspex, I didn't realize that they were going to send it within a frame, but obviously this helped protect it in the journey. However, the frame was quite cheap, so that just got discarded. Obviously going into a much better frame. So the Perspex obviously helped me be able to cut it to the right size as well. It was protected with a layer of film on either side, so couldn't scratch it during this process. That was obviously the last thing I wanted to do. Now, I did one fairly tight fit with the Perspex, but it did then mean that I needed to do quite a little bit of trimming to get it perfect. And then I needed a backboard, so why not just use the board that came with the frame? So I could cut it out to the same size that the Perspex was. It fitted in there, and then I could put it onto ShadowFoam as a template and cut that out. Now this is why the depth of the frame was needed, as it needs to house 30mm thick ShadowFoam. So the frame is mostly done now, and I decided I can put some finish on it. So I decided to go for the Rubia Monocoat Oil Plus 2C Pure, as I love how it works on Sapele and just really brings the wood to life. And then obviously while this cures, I could then continue with the rest of the project. And here you go, this is what we are putting into foam. It's my wife's first ever stethoscope. This saw her through her uni days as a veterinary student, and then through her first decade in practice. Now over time it did develop a little crack in the tubing. Now she could have replaced it, but when she saw me using ShadowFoam the first time, she sort of made a comment as a joke to say, oh, it'd be fun to mount the stethoscope in there. So obviously, that's what we're doing here. Now, I did post a short reel on my social media a while ago showing me doing this, and ShadowFoam did comment that it was one thing they never thought they would see in put in ShadowFoam. So there we go. First time ever for stethoscope to be placed in ShadowFoam. And then clearly I needed a little plaque to go inside the frame, so I designed it in light burn quickly and used the Sculpt Fun desktop engraver to do this for me and cut it out. Did have to have a couple of tries to make sure it's perfect. I did cut a little outer ring as well. It helped me sort of with the centering, but it was maybe that I wanted to put a little border around, but my wife didn't want that, so just a little plaque to go inside the ShadowFoam. So after I tested it with the foam, I realized that the backing board I cut was too small and wasn't going to work with this frame, as initially I was going to put some spikes in or some nails just to hold it into place, but then decided that actually if I create a groove around the edge, I can then use a bigger backing board that I can glue on. So for this I was using my Dremel A260 with a small Dremel routing bit to cut the recess. Now this was all done freehand and I had to be quite careful. I did make a couple of mistakes, but I could rectify that with just a bit of better control. Now, I was obviously making a lot of mess over a surface I'd already finished, but the oil had mostly cured by now and it was easy to wipe it all up. For the new backing board, I then grabbed a piece of hardboard that I had lying around in the workshop. This came off from an old wardrobe that we got rid of. Well, I say got rid of. I kept most of the wardrobe as I was able to repurpose it into other things. Some of that wardrobe is currently shelves within the workshop as well. Obviously the hardboard just cut really well with a carpet knife, and I could get it to the right size fairly easily. And then once the frame was cleaned, it was time to start the assembly process, so I could finally remove the film off the perspex and get everything fitting together. And once I was happy with the fit, I could then glue in the backing board and just use some weights to keep it down while it was setting. And there you go, there's the final piece. Now, if you like this video, please leave a comment down below, give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to my channel if you've not done so yet. And I hope to see you next time. Take care. Welcome to Jiggsy.